you see what's displayed on the screen?
Yes.
It's only part of the text string, but does that look like it's an accurate representation of what you're looking at?
Yes.
And
This is the part where Attorney Jackson is asking witness Colin Albert to verify that these are in fact his text messages. I think it's genius that he scrolls by one that actually does have the date showing up, because anytime the date changes, no matter when you send the next message, once the date has changed, your phone, your everything, any app you have, it'll tell you.
this is a series of texts on or about January 28th and 29th of 2022, is that right?
Yes.
And Mr. Albert, you needed something as simple as a ride. You were just asking Lally to give you a ride, is that right?
Yes.
And that's because you said that it's common for you guys to text back and forth. You just texted her, hey, you can get me now, is that right?
Yes.
And then you texted if it's easier, and then she said, okay, I'm dropping people off, and there was an exchange back and forth, is that right?
Yeah.
And there were at least 8 texts between the two of you, if you just count them up real quick, just about getting picked up.
Yeah.
But if you scroll down a little bit, after the end of that text string, that ends at 12:10 a.m. and it says okay. You see the next date?
Yes.
Did you catch that? He texted Allie 11:55. Come get me. I'm on my way. She doesn't get him until the next day. But for some reason, the date doesn't change. And that, my friends, is because this is not real. This is 100% edited text message. That's why it was delivered as a screenshot and not a real text message. This is ridiculous. The girl today on the stand that showed this is 20 years old. Back when she did this, she's 18 and she thinks that she's the smartest human ever.
What date is that?
February 20th.
That's nearly a month later, correct?
Correct.
So there was a gap after January 29th, 2022, when you found out that a man had ended up dead on your uncle's lawn, and you and Allie did not text each other for a month, not once.
Objection.
Sustained as to that form. Ask it differently.
Isn't it true that
That you and your cousin are damn liars? But that's not what Jackson says here. He should have, but he doesn't.
on January 29th, later in the day, you found out about John O'Keefe and his condition, the fact that he died?
Objection.
Is that true? Did you find out that day?
Yes.
Okay.
You and Allie didn't text each other one time for a month. Is that right?
I don't think that's correct.
So where are those texts?
We text on other platforms too, so I'd say other apps.
So is there a reason why you decided for the next month to just switch platforms to maybe Snapchat?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
No reason.
Are you sure that you switched platforms?
I'd say so, yeah.
Why did you switch platforms?
We go back and forth, I'd say, between platforms texting.
You switched platforms because you know that Snapchat deletes all communications, correct?
Objection.
Ask it differently, Mr. Jackson.
Do you know that Snapchat has an auto-delete function on it?
If your app is set to that, yes.
Your app was set to that, wasn't it?
I do not remember that.
So again, your memory is failing you.
Can you rephrase that?
Sure. Once again, your memory is failing you.
I love the fact that Jackson repeats the same question back to him word for word, and he's able to answer.
Can you rephrase that?
Sure. Once again, your memory is failing you. You just
Objection.
don't remember.
Objection.
Ask it differently, Mr. Jackson.
Isn't it true, Mr. Albert, that you either switched platforms or deleted the texts because you did not want your text communications with Lally McCabe to be discovered.
Objection.
Overruled.
Is that right?
That's not true.
And within those specific screenshot of the text communications from that evening, as far as your recollection of that particular evening, are the times that are associated with those accurate as far as you remember?
Yes.
And did you do anything to alter the times that are associated with those text communications prior to taking the screenshot and giving it to the state police?
No. He responded, word, get me after.
And if you could scroll down just a bit. And following the getting after, what if any responses you provided?
KK, okay, and here,
And here that you texted, what time does that read on the screenshot?
12:10 a.m.
And what if anything you call and respond to your text?
He responded at the same time saying, okay.
You claim that you took a screenshot of a text conversation that you had with Colin Albert on January 29th of 2022, correct?
Correct.
Those were the screenshots that were just shown to this jury this afternoon, correct?
Correct.
And you claim that the information on that screenshot actually existed on January 29th, correct?
Correct.
In fact, you would consider Colin Albert to be one of your best friends in the world, correct?
Yes, he's one of my best friends.